come up to Mount Crawford forest this morning and I'm hunting for witchetty grubs, or probably more commonly known as pine grubs. Excellent freshwater bait. Whether there's a difference between these and bardy grubs, I'm not really sure, but what you're looking for when you gather these things is a rotten old logs, preferably with these sort of holes in them, which indicates that the bugs are active, and they need to be a little bit damp. It's no good if they're too dry, and then it's a matter of knocking them apart and seeing if you can find any grubs in them. And I've picked a few out of this log already. If the log is too dry, there just won't be any. This one's quite damp, so I'll do a bit of chopping, see if I can't locate a few. There's a little tiny one. Pull them apart, break them up, see what you can find. Hey, there's one, just eating his way through the log, so he can go in the bucket. And sometimes he just hit the mother lode. This one's a bit sparse. Okay, here's a couple. There's one there. There's another one. There's one. Get him out of there. There we go. In the bucket. And this is what I think they turn into, which is this big black beetle. There's a couple. 1, 2, 3. These are excellent bait. All freshwater fish will eat them. There's another one. This is what I'm talking about, this damp sawdust, which is what they've been producing when they eat their way through the log. There's a couple more. That's very small, that one. There's a beauty. Another one. Each one of these is a fish. If it is, I'll be happy. Another one. And another one. That's a good sized one. Yeah, so the argument as to whether they're bardy grubs or witchetty grubs or pine grubs rages on. I don't really care as long as they catch fish. Another little one there. Oh, not so little, but I squished him. Or did I? Yep, I'm afraid he's had it. There's always a few casualties, unfortunately. I use this old meat cleaver. Gives you a bit of leverage trying to break the logs up a bit. Oh, there's a good one. Squished him. Another one there I can see. Come on. You're worth a fish. Well, I got a few good ones out of that log, and I'm only about halfway along it, so should get a few more yet. Always amazes me that they can eat their way through timber like this. Well, I guess they help in the breaking down process. But this log looks good, got lots of holes in it, so I'll keep going. So here's the key. Look for a log that's got these holes, which indicates grubs are active. They've got to be damp inside, and then you'll find grubs like that. So good score. There may not be many in this one, but that big one by itself, there's another one. That big one by itself is at least one fish. So there we go, there's another one. Sometimes when you see a log, this one's got no holes evident in it, if you give it a tap, that's just too hard and hasn't rotted down enough for them to get into, so don't bother on none of those. Be hard work for a start and you won't get anything for seconds. Now, this is what I reckon they turn into. Those grubs, some sort of beetle. There's plenty of them in the log, so you assume 2 + 2 = 4. This one I think is just a little bit dry. But I'm racking up a score. There's one that's gone to the next stage, so I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they are. So I've moved to a different spot. There's not a lot of wet logs here, but there's one, so I'll have him. Bit of pulp in there. Might work my way through this, see if I can't find a few more. It's worth breaking up the pieces you chip off, because often they'll be inside it. Another one. This is really a bit dry, but there are a few, so keep going. There's another one. There's another one here. I'm going to get him out. Well, there we have it. 30 minutes work. I've probably got 50 or 60 grubs, and potentially each one is a fish. So give it a go sometime. It's not difficult, and it sure beats paying the price they ask for worms these days.